good use of the mirrors there, well done.
Martin, we're going to take the next turning to the left, just down there past the silver van.
Okay, we're going to take the next turning on the left, please, Tony. Just down here past these parked vehicles. Okay, when do we need to signal?
Was that good the way I held back there?
Good the way you held back. Could we have made it a little bit easier for the car coming towards us?
No, I didn't do it well then.
Could we have made it a little bit easier for the car coming towards us?
I think so. And turning left.
And we're taking the next turning on the left, please, which is a Crossroads. Where else do we need to scan?
The head and there. Oh, and there as well, sorry.
Yeah. Remember, we've got an extra turning to take into account when we're at Crossroads, haven't we?
There was a Crossroads a little bit further back as well.
Right.
Turning left.
At the end of the road, we're going to turn left on it, please. Did we check rear view mirror first there?
Yeah, is this Crossroads?
Is there anything ahead?
No.
No, so this is, we're emerging now, aren't
Yeah.
we?
Yeah, so for the sake of the part 3, am I going to make a mistake on a merge?
Right, no you're
Yeah.
not. No, okay. I need to get that idea out of my head. don't I?
What you need to start doing is identifying these crossroads, yeah?
Yeah. I'm kind of looking when you're doing that.
Yeah, if you were to just try and get
I'm
inside...
looking for the wrong things a bit.
Well, if you try and get inside my head a bit,
Yeah.
I'll find out how I'm identifying them.
Okay.
Yeah? And we're going to turn left just before the black Range
Just
Rover.
before the black Range Rover, we're going to turn left.
Well, ask me, is that a crossroads?
Now, are we at a Crossroads here?
There's a road on the left. No, there's not a road on the right. No, it's not a
Okay.
crossroads.
What about this situation?
Oh yeah, there's a road on the right, road on the left.
Yeah. So we're scanning,
Oh yeah,
just in case.
yeah.
What about this situation coming up ahead of us now?
Oh, scan.
Can you see a Crossroads?
Yeah.
If we scan too early, what are we going to see? Anything?
Well, scan enough time to
Okay.
stop, innit? I don't have to worry about what's behind me, do I?
Whenever we come to a hazard, what's our routine?
Sit and turning left. End left.
End of the road, turn left for me, Tony, please. Identify when we've got these crossroads coming up, Tony.
You might see a road sign.
Yeah.
I might see a road on the right and then a road on the left.
So you can always glance across for that, can't you? You can see the gaps sometimes
Yeah.
in the houses,
I
can't you?
see gaps there.
Yeah.
I don't see a gap the other side though.
Okay, so
That's too far apart to
too
be
far
staggered.
apart to be a staggered
Yeah.
crossroads, yeah. Do get a staggered crossroads though, don't we? But they're not
Yeah,
quite opposite.
yeah.
Any difference in the procedure in the situation?
Just got to be a little bit more careful, innit?
And we deal with the vehicles coming towards us in exactly the same way?
Yeah.
Might be a crossroads ahead.
And we're going to turn right.
So it's turning on the right.
And we're going to turn left.
Okay, we're going to turn left at the crossroads, please. Off the clutch.
Oh, sorry, I've done that again. I'm putting that clutch down too early, am I?
Clutch down too early, not coming off it. What's going to happen to our speed when we do it?
It's going to get faster.
Okay. And we're going to take away... What are we going to take away? We're going to lose
Engine brake.
engine braking.
And we're going to turn right.
So we're going to turn right at these crossroads, please. So how are you going to deal with this car coming towards you?
Oh, he's going.
Going, okay. And what's your vision down the road there?
No, I haven't got room to go there, have I?
You could have gone there.
Could I?
Yeah.
Alright. I had the steering all ready to go.
Okay. If you've got the steering ready to go,
And turning right.
okay, take the next turning on the right, please.
Yeah, I had the steering all ready to go.
Okay, why should we have the steering turned before we actually
It's
turn?
handy, innit, because you get away quicker.
Okay, what about if someone hit you at the back? Where would you go?
Oh, into the, across the flow of traffic.
Okay. And the reason you hadn't already gone across the flow of traffic was because it wasn't safe to do so, was it?
I didn't think it was safe to pull across from that blue car, turning right.
Turning right. Look where we are. Look at our position in the road.
Yeah, what's wrong with it?
Yeah, we're on the one way, aren't we? Yeah. That's all right.
Our Fred told me this is one way. Is it not a one way?
It is a one-way street, yeah.
And turning left.
Okay, we'll turn left at the crossroads here, Tony, please. Where do we need to be looking? As we approach that crossroads, where do we need to be looking?
Right and left.
And what else? Where else? Look at the car.
Oh,
it is.
opposite.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my priority, isn't it?
Okay. He's got traffic coming down towards him. Look for the gap now. Are you clear to go?
Yeah, it's my priority. He's got to wait anyway, hasn't he?
Why has he got to wait there?
It's my priority.
Because of?
He's got to cross my path.
Making me question myself now. Just coming out of roll for a minute.
He's got to cross my path.
He's got to go across your path.
Yeah, he mustn't move till I go.
Okay, coming out of roll for a minute, I'm going to say that's a give and take situation. Is that?
Well, not necessarily, but
A kind of common sense principle is.
oh, I see a road there. There's a road there. Is that Crossroads? I'll scan.
Crossroads, yeah.
Scan.
Good, well done.
God, that car was close behind me, wasn't it?
So before you scanned, did you slow down?
No, there was a. I noticed after I got across the crossroads, the car was right up behind me.
Okay, and when should you look in the mirror?
Oh, I should have looked at the front, shouldn't I? Not doing
Every
too-
time we see that hazard developing, that's when we need to check,
I'm not
isn't
doing
it?
too well, am I? And we're going to turn left.
Okay, left at the traffic lights, please. Now, is this a crossroads?
Yeah.
Okay. So where have we looked?
Oh, there, ahead, and into the road.
Okay, and where else before we do that? Mirrors first.
Oh, I did a mirror check. iPhone there, can
She's talking to her.
they? Hey?
I think she's talking to her. And what's going on behind us at the moment?
Nothing.
Still important to keep a regular check, even though nothing in front?
And we're going to take the next turning to the left.
Yeah, we'll take the next turning on the left, on it, please. Good. Better with the mirrors, well done.
Oh, it's not. That's not a crossroads, is it? Road on the
Turning
left.
on the right, is there?
No, it's not a crossroads. That's good, isn't it? Fred normally gives me praise when I do things well. He said it boosts my confidence. And we're going to turn right.
Take the next turning on the right, please. At the crossroads.
Oh, yeah, sign there. Oh, I can go there, can I?
Don't move the car towards you. Look at the position we've taken there. When you normally turn right, what's your reference point normally for turning right?
Oh, I just know it from experience now.
Okay.
I do something wrong.
What side of the road were we on when we turned right?
Ended up a bit in the middle, didn't I?
Yeah. Why was that?
Don't know, did I do something wrong?
Okay, we turned too early.
Did I?
Yeah. You see the where should you line up to turn right? Where's your normal position if you're turning right? Crossroads here, Tony. Just coming out of roll for a minute. If you're in that situation and you're explaining that point.
You've got two problems to deal with there, haven't you?
Yeah.
What's the other problem?
Well, the first one was the corner cut.
Now what to do before the corner cut? What did you think I was going to do?
Okay, your position was wrong.
I was going to go in front of that car, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You said you were going to go in front of the car.
So,
yeah.
do you want me to pull over?
Right, so that would be the time to pull somebody over, even on part two.
You want me to stop?
Yeah, please. Yeah. Okay, Tony, a couple of things.
Yeah.
Doing much better on some of the crossroads. You're identifying them a lot more. Okay?
Am I doing well with the mirror on approach to the crossroads?
We need to be a little bit more observant on the mirrors. Okay? Every time we come into hazards or crossroads, we need to make sure we're checking the rear view mirror and the
Yeah, well, don't beat around the bush. I need to check the mirror, don't I?
Okay, right.
Yeah, because I'm not checking it, am I?
Don't
Yeah?
bullshit it, yeah, okay, alright. Okay. The last crossroads that we come to, there was a car coming towards us.
Oh, little Fiat 500, wasn't it?
The little black car, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were going to go at that point.
Yeah.
What made you think you could turn right at that point?
I thought I had plenty of time.
Okay. If you were a pedestrian, would you have walked across the road there? In front of that car?
I'd run.
You'd have run, but you
Yeah.
couldn't walk across there.
Yeah.
If you can't walk across, if you could walk across, it's safe to drive across. If you're going to have to sprint, then you need to wait for that vehicle to come to go past.
But the car wouldn't have hit me, would it?
Why is that? If you'd have gone there, that car would have hit you.
You would have slowed down a bit.
You're sure of that?
Yeah. Is it okay to make him slow down a bit?
No. What mustn't you do when you're turning? What mustn't you cause the car to do?
Slow, stop, swerve, or make him swear, isn't it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got to be able to walk from one curve to the other.
To the other, that's a good judge of if it's safe to do so. Okay.
Oh, right.
The other thing we done at that crossroads, we ended up in the middle of the road. So when we turned into the new road, where was we? Was we on our side of the road, or was we right in the middle and across the
A
road?
bit to the right, weren't we?
Okay. So if there was something coming up towards us,
Are you trying to say I cut the corner?
yeah,
Oh, yeah. I've had people do that to me. It's I nearly hit them.
that's exactly what's going to happen. We're going to end up with a lump of metal in the middle of the road, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the reference point, Tony, when we're turning right?
I haven't been using one, I've just been getting it right from experience.
Okay. Can you remember just going back a while to when you learnt a reference point?
Now, maybe you could help me with that.
Okay.
No, I mean, maybe you could help me.
Okay, as we're going on, right, yeah. Okay. All right, we'll look at that as we turn right next time. We'll point that out to you again,
Yeah.
and we'll just backtrack to there a little bit, because you want to be a little bit safer when you're making those right turns, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And turning left.
I'm going to take this turning on the left, Tony, please. Good, that's good with the mirrors there.
And turning right.
This crossroad situation, look where the white line is.
Oh,
Okay, so don't forget the road ahead of us as well.
there.
Good, well done. Okay, do we need to signal in this situation?
Yeah, Fred says do, because there's a gap in the fence there, pedestrians nip across.
So it could be useful if someone was coming across there.
Yeah.
Okay. And was there any pedestrians there?
No, I didn't see any.
Okay. So the vehicle behind, what could he be thinking? Could have said you're going to go into that car showroom there.
He could think two things, really, couldn't he? He might not be from the area.
Okay.
He might not think anything, will he? Shall I only indicate as a pedestrian there then?
Well, if the signal's going to be a benefit to somebody, yeah?
Oh, right. Yeah, those signals are they're very grey, aren't they? They're not black and white at all, are they?
They're not black and white, but the guideline is if it's going to be a benefit to another road user.
I've been a hindrance today, haven't I?
No, we've got a couple of errors, we're doing okay.
And we're going to turn left.
We'll take this next turning on the left, please.
And the next on the right, please.
And then the next turning on the right, please. Don't think about where we're going to turn yet. Steady, hold it there.
I'm okay. So,
so
I've done left and right hand turns fine.
oh, it's Crossroads, we did it, wasn't it?
Just stop.
So when you turned right there, Tony,
Yep.
how did you judge the turning right for your position in the road to turn right there?
Yeah, I got the middle point of the road just underneath the door mirror.
Okay. Well, that's exactly the same on the Crossroads. You know the Crossroads we stopped and talked about?
Yeah, just take a little bit further and just check my knowledge.
Remember the Crossroads that we talked about?
Yeah, just take a little bit further, just check my knowledge. Better all.
Okay.
You know, why did you use that point to turn?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so why did you use that point of reference?
Oh, there could have been a car coming or a van coming down the road and hit me,
Okay, so what was you trying to avoid there?
cutting the corner.
Okay, so going back to the Crossroads that we stopped
Yeah.
and talked about before,
Yeah,
is there any difference to how we should turn right there?
I suppose not really.
Exactly the same, isn't it? Same problems that will occur if you cut the corner, won't they?
See the blue car coming towards me there.
Yep,
Did I handle that all right?
handled it very well, yeah.
That's the same as the Crossroads, isn't it?
Yeah, same as Crossroads.
I held back there because I knew I couldn't walk from one curve to the other without making them slow
So
stop.
you've let him go, and then you've judged it, and you've judged the time to turn correctly, and you've judged the turn correctly, haven't you?
Oh, right.
And the situation is exactly the same when we're on a crossroads.
So can you see how these links can help.
I can see how the link
Yeah?
can help, yeah, because
Yeah, obviously if you came to a crossroads where I was turning right before I was doing an approach, that was an approach, yeah?
yeah,
But it's important for you to recognise it's an approach and not a crossroads, yeah?
yeah,
If you're not recognising crossroads,
hmm
well then you're not going to notice me not recognising
No.
crossroads, yeah?
no,
And that was where you went wrong from the beginning. You weren't.
I wasn't recognising at the beginning, and I think I was.
Well, you asked me a lot of recap questions at the beginning.
Mhm.
You never asked me anything about identification,
Right.
and then just carry that on to the first couple of crossroads. Because as we go down the road here,
hmm
yeah, I mean, I did identify that first crossroads.
Yeah.
From back here where we started, yeah. But then as we go down the road, then,
The next one we went over, didn't we?
well, the first turning to the left's not a crossroads, but then the next two are,
Right.
and I went straight through them, didn't I?
Yeah.
No mirror checks. I'll be honest with you, there was no mirror checks on approach to any of the ones that I was driving straight through. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to give you lifelines. Well, that car was close after I got across the crossroads. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was doing the scanning eventually.
hmm
But remember, on approach to any hazard,
It's going to be the same routine, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
it's got to be that mirror
Whatever-
first. Yeah.
Whatever the situation.
Why do I have to check that mirror first on approach to a hazard?
Well, because what you're going to do is going to affect the vehicle behind.
Yeah. So why is it important I check that mirror?
Because you might need to give an extra signal to the vehicle behind, for example.
Exactly. If he's there was one point there, we weren't on crossroads, but we were going around where the turn left where I coasted coming down there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had a white car sitting so close to us, I thought it was going to get in the back seat. Did you see him?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I saw that and approached to a crossroads, I'd be backing off a lot earlier, wouldn't I?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You'll be slowing down earlier. Yeah.
I'd be putting them brake lights on a bit earlier to
Yeah.
give him a little bit of a warning, because if I'd have had to stop.
Because he's not going to. He's obviously not You're giving him.
Yeah.
You're making up for his driving, aren't you?
If I'd have been turning into that left-hand turn and I had to stop for a pedestrian,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have been able to stop, because, he looked like he was
Too close behind.
nearly touching the bumper. Yeah.
Yeah, and the reason that we're checking there is because sometimes we need to give someone that extra. We need to almost deal for somebody else's driving sometimes, don't we?
Yeah. So if you always kind of bear that in mind, we're not just checking mirrors just because my instructor says so, or the past
No,
my
it's a
driving
purpose,
test.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just. Oh well, I've been told I've got to check them every time I do this, and this.
Yeah, because you'll find with real learners, yeah, they will check, yeah, but they're not seeing anything.
No.
Yeah.
And the other question is, people. I'm sure people would say, why do I need to check behind when I'm going forward?
Exactly. But anything that happens ahead, that depends. The action you're going to take depends greatly on what's happening behind. Yeah. If I'm stopping at a pedestrian crossing,
Yeah.
and I haven't seen that great big white van behind me,
Tearing along
they're
behind
very
you.
close to me, then
Yeah.
if I don't ease off on approach and give him a little bit of warning with the brakes to give him a wake-up call,
Yeah.
and